There have been several discussions in the cloud community as of late, and you've heard some people say things such as, Stadia ain't got none of the games that people want to play. They really dropped the ball and the service is really falling to the wayside. Man, everybody should migrate from Stadia right now. And I'm here to tell you with this video that you're about to watch, you're about to see why that is the farthest thing from the truth. See, as Stadia dominates other cloud platforms in big game comparison. It's SDO Daily, baby. Let's get into this one. What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? It is your boy, MM2K of PNTS Network and Stadia Dosage, here with another SDO Daily. Do us a huge favor before we get into this one. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and rock those bells for notifications, please, so you know when your boy's dropping these doses. We appreciate all of y'all straight up. Y'all know the deal. Y'all know the reason. And by now, y'all should know the slogan. We are not too proud to ask. Let's get into this one. So like I said on the bumper, you have a lot of people that say, you know what, Stadia ain't getting this game. They ain't got Biomutant. They ain't get Gasoline, simulator and Mars basketball shooter or whatever. So because Stadia doesn't have every single game, they got to be doing horrible. They got to be disappointing everybody, and everybody just got to be honest and say that the service is bad and people should migrate from the service and go to like GFN or whatever. And I see that conjecture all the time and I ignore it. But it was on the heels of something releasing today that I said, you know what? Let's sit the canoe people in the corner of the canoe for a little bit and give them something to gum on and try to find another way to move the goalposts. Let's have a little fun with this today. Let's actually show some more statistics to the conjecture that you hear from what I like to call the canoe people, the people that are not part of Stadia's target demo, but feel some type of way that Stadia won't do what they want them to do. So therefore they try to spread doom and gloom to everybody else from their little canoe while we're in our bigger boat enjoying Stadia, as Stadia is one of the bigger cloud platforms out there. All right. They want you from their little canoe to believe otherwise. We're going to push the canoe out a little further with some actual facts. Because here's the thing. Stadia, like the other cloud platforms, have target demographics that they are doing what we call product placement for. So you can't make your product for everybody when it's a new emerging tech for one, and it's coming out of the gate for another. You gotta isolate a specific target demo that you focus on as far as what you add to your platform, right? To help garner success. Because if you try to be everything to everybody, then you're really nothing to no one. You know what I'm saying? So Stadia has identified who their target demo is. It's tech enthusiasts who don't mind playing, let's say, Borderlands 3 on yet another platform, because it feels different and it performs different on Stadia because of the great tech or whatever. That's part of their target demo. But a bigger part of their target demo is the casual gamer who felt disenfranchised from dedicated device gaming. Those are Stadia's target demo right out the bat, okay? They're not trying to be everything to everybody right now. It's a 1% business with a low ceiling, so to make sure they're not just bleeding money all over the place, that they're actually getting revenue in that can subsidize further growth, they have a specific target demo. And they've identified that target demo well before launch. We've even mentioned it on several occasions to nauseam here on this channel, but people still want to live and die off their own conjecture. All right. So we're going to show you why Stadia actually is doing pretty well with its target demo, and it's actually doing better with their specific target demo than any other platform would be. So the thought process of, well, the people that are enjoying Stadia should listen to me and go elsewhere is a farce, because they're not going to get elsewhere what they're getting with Stadia, okay? So with no further ado, you know how we do. Let me show you something. This is the NPD group. And for those of you that don't know what NPD stands for National Purchase Diary Panel, okay? And what this group does is they focus on sales. They're a big analyst group and a big think tank group. And just some of the things that they do here, let me make this bigger for the people in the back. Just some of the things that they do, they say are assets. Point of sale data from over 600,000 retail locations, plus e-commerce and mobile platforms, millions of receipts from 130,000 consumers, more than 12 million consumer surveys conducted each year, nearly 8 billion business-to-business transactions tracked annually in North America, analysts, client development teams, and researchers who deliver database insights and forecasts. Okay, so if you're if you're interested or connected to the who's who of the gaming world, you got to know who NPD is. And if you're listening to someone that's throwing out all this conjecture about anything gaming and they don't know who NPD is, then I was second guess taking what they're saying beyond just entertainment and taking it as gospel. Because again, they are the who's who of gaming. Why is that? Well, if you probably noticed that they only track this data in North America. But North America is huge for Stadia's target demo. Stadia's target demo is similar to Xbox and PlayStation, where North America plays a major role. Even though they're not competing with Xbox and PlayStation right now because they're only a 1% business, long term, that's where they're looking to be, and North America plays a major role. How much of a major role? Such a major role that PlayStation had lost its major dominance in the 360 era just because they underperformed in North America versus the 360. They dominated everywhere else in the world, but North America alone was given the crown for the most part during that generation to Xbox. That's how big North America is, just that one region alone. All right, so the question beckons. How well is Stadia doing in its largest region for its target demo with games that are important to its target demo that are tracked by NPD? Well, let me just show you. The guy that is in charge of the gaming sector of NPD, Mr. Matt Piscatella, he is on Twitter, so definitely follow his threads. It's very important to be connected to this guy. And again, he tracks all of the casual games and stuff like that are important to Stadia's target demo. So what Stadia has to do right now is, even though sales-wise, you wouldn't expect them to track here because, again, it's only a 1% business, their job is to accumulate as much of these games as possible. So when you look at that and you look at how much of these games their peers have accumulated, then that, again, takes an arrow to the motif that Stadia gamers need to do an exodus and go somewhere else because Stadia doesn't have all these games. We will acknowledge Stadia doesn't have all these games. But if Stadia doesn't have all these games, you would only do an exodus to someone who at least has more of these games that are important to Stadia's target demo than Stadia has. I'm here to show you the other platforms do not. No further ado, let's get into it. The first litmus is the current month top 20 games that are multiplats. How many of the multiplats, because Stadia is a multiplat platform at the moment, how many of the games that are multi-platform that are on the top 20 list does Stadia have and do its peers have? Let's start off with Stadia. Of the top 20 games that are multiplat, Stadia has 45% of them. Again, not all of them, but it's still a good number, even though it's a 1% business. They got to establish relationships. As we've told you earlier in the year, they're working hard to get more and more of these games and get them more day and date for you. All right. But they're starting off in a good place. They have 45% of the top 20 charting multiplats. Now, you may be saying to yourself, well, hold on. If that's all they got, I know GFN got this in the bag. They got over 1,000 games. No. GFN only has 18% of the top 20 charting multiplats for the largest region in gaming, which is North America. All right, okay, MM2K. And that's just, and this is, and just so you're aware, this is just for September, this particular litmus. All right, MM2K, I get it. But you know what? Forget that. GFN maybe they got it there, but they're for PC gamers. But I know Luna has it. Luna's doing a better job, right? Even if they don't have exactly what Stadia has because they're in beta, they're doing better than GFN, right? That's why everybody's giving Luna more praise, vocally than they're giving Stadia, right? Wrong, again. Luna only has 9% of the top 20 charting multiplats for September. What? Yeah. Is the silliness fog starting to dissipate from your eyes? I hope so. Because if it hasn't, it will now. Xbox. Look, Xbox has been killing it. This is what we hear. So the people that love Stadia, the Stadia 100 fools, right? They're so foolish because they're not on Xcloud. Because Xcloud has more of the games that they want to play, right? Absolutely not. They have none of them. Xcloud has 0% of the top 20 charting multiplats for September. Do you see where this is going now? Because we got 2 more litmuses to check. But do you see where this is going? All right. But no further ado, let's continue on, just in case. Let's look at year-to-date top 10 multiplats. This litmus measures from January 1st to 2021 up until the end of September 2021, how games sold and all that other stuff. They checked all those assets that I showed you earlier, and they chart the top selling games, the top 10 selling games for the year so far of 2021. How many of those games does Stadia have, right? Opposed to their peers. Now again, Stadia, you probably think, well, Stadia maybe got September. September was a fluke month. But oh no, GFN and Amazon, and especially Xcloud, they're going to kill them this time. Well, let's start with Stadia. For the top 10 multiplats, the top 10 games for 2021, how many of the charted multiplats does Stadia have? They're doing a little bit better in this litmus. They have 50% of the top charting year-to-date multiplats, right? Oh, GFN's going to kill this one, right? No. GFN is actually doing slightly worse than what they did in the last litmus. They only have 17% of the top charting multiplats for 2021 year-to-date. Well, Amazon, look. Amazon got channels, and it's Amazon. They ship you stuff and you get it in 2 days. Like they got it. They may not be doing as well as Stadia, but they're doing way better than GFN, right? No, wrong. They're doing way better than what they were doing in the last litmus, or they're doing double just about, but they only have 17% of the top charting year-to-date multiplats as well. All right, so Xcloud is going to kill it here. Xcloud has been killing all of 2021 if you've been listening to the talking heads within the cloud community. They've been killing it. And it makes no sense why anybody would choose to stick to Stadia for games opposed to go to Xbox. Do what the quote unquote rest of us did. Let's go to Xbox, right? Because Xbox got the games that you want to play in the cloud. If you're a cloud gamer and you don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on hardware, your best bet is Xbox instead of Stadia, right? Because we got the games that you want to play, you specific target demo, right? Wrong. Once again, Xbox has none of the year-to-date top 10 games that are the charting multiplats. None of them. We're going to, even though I've proven my point, we're going to go further. Let's wrap this up. Let's do rolling calendar year. That means last September 2020 to this September 2021. Again, important litmus as far as the games that Stadia's target demo cares about. How many of those games does Stadia have versus its peers? Well, if we're looking at the games that have charted from all the way back in 2020 up until 2021, September to September, Stadia is actually doing better again. 57%. Stadia has 57% of the rolling calendar top 10 multiplats. Okay, If Stadia's doing better, GFN's doing better, right? No. GFN only has 14% of the rolling calendar top 10 multiplats. All right, we know Luna's doing better now, right? No. They also have 14% of the rolling calendar top 10 multiplats. And once again, Xbox has a big, fat goose egg. When it comes to the cloud, they have 0% of the top 10 multiplats. Now, here's one thing I want to share with you that's really particularly mind-boggling about Xbox and why people are saying, oh, you got to get on Xbox. One game that consistently charted on all these litmuses that are none of the games is a game that, or none of these platforms, is a game that was developed by Xbox. Minecraft. But as you can see across the board, Minecraft isn't even on Xcloud. Minecraft Dungeons is, but Minecraft Dungeons isn't charting. Minecraft is, and it's not even on Xcloud. So here's the conclusion, y'all. Here's the conclusion. All of the talking heads in the community, they can feel what they want to feel, and that's great. You know, if you like it, I love it, right? Yes, I'm being sarcastic, but if you like it, I love it. But you guys got to understand that your gamer your gamer IQ, let's just another way to say it, but to say it, your gamer IQ, as far as what to look at and what to measure, might need a little bit more calibrating. Stadia has a target demo. GFN has a target demo. Amazon has a target demo. And Xbox has a target demo. And nothing that I show you is to suggest that these platforms are doing so much worse than Stadia. No, because they have their own target demo, and their target demo is different from Stadia. But the mantra that Stadia is doing so bad because people that are not part of their target demo don't like it, and people that are part of that target demo need to migrate over to them is such a farce, it's beyond laughable. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Stadians are right where they belong at the moment, okay? So if you don't like something because you want to play Gas Lighter Simulator or whatever, go to where it's at and enjoy it and be happy. Don't worry, be happy, as Bobby McFerrin would say. But don't come over here trying to piss in our cornflakes, trying to make a platform that isn't designed for you, apparently, be all encompassing to you. Because they have a target demo, again, that is grander as far as numbers are concerned, that is going to grant them success. And you just gotta come to grips with it, that you're not part of that when it comes to Stadia. And that's okay. It's like Jack Buser said, and I'm paraphrasing. People will come to it first, say it's not for me, and they'll come back to it years later and say, this is so much better. You might just be one of those people that Jack prophesized about several months before launch, period. But again, stadiums are right where they belong. You got to find where you belong. And that's it from your boy MM2K. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below, because like I always say, who cares what I think? But if you did like what I had to say, check out the links below to follow me. Those links will lead you to the Broadband Bullies, PNTS Network, Hard Knock Digital Culture, and yes, Stadia Dosage. With all that said, appreciate and love all of y'all. Have a wonderful gaming day. Peace.